What's going on, Star Wars fans? It's me, Maurice, the Jedi Master, and I just gotta say this real fast. I gotta get this off my chest. All right, about Star Wars. Okay, this is gonna be a long rant, kind of. By the way, my phone's on 25, so it might die. But this is what I'm about to say. I'm a true Star Wars fan. I've loved Star Wars since the '90s. Star Wars is done a lot for me. Me being in one of the worst slums during the '90s. And living in the South Bronx, and I was able to, because my uncle when he showed me, the original trilogy between, Luke, with the gold box and all the cartoons and characters, and then I used to read all the books, all 40 or 32 books or something like that during the Scholastic era. Scholastic was popping. I ordered all of them, and I'm gonna put them up here. I'm gonna do more rants, and I'm gonna put them up here. So those are my trophies, you could say. And I'm a huge fan of the original trilogy, and I definitely think the fans have waited fucking 40 plus years to see Luke back on screen and see what he's done after, Anakin and Obi-Wan and all that. And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this right now, and I know I'm gonna piss a lot of people off, but this is the fucking truth. George Lucas thought he was making Star Wars better when he made episode 1, 2, and 3. And here's why he did make it better. Most of the EU comes after episode 3, right? Most of the lore, most of the fan fiction, most of all that shit comes from what? The prequels. The Star Wars universe is expanded in what? The prequels. You see different planets, different regimes, different everything. What? The prequels. You see how the Senate, how the prequels weren't just about galactic space battles. It was about politics. It was about deception. It was about the Jedi trying not to get involved, but they have no choice to. Okay, you see one of the coolest planets in Star Wars ever told on film, Coruscant. People hate on Coruscant. I don't know why. Coruscant is supposed to be the futuristic type of planet that's cool. But people want to say, oh, Hoth is cool. A fucking frozen ass planet? Get the fuck out of here. The only planet that the original trilogy got is Sky City. And I don't even know the name of that fucking planet. So go figure. And that planet is not even all that. That planet was better in Rogue One for the Nintendo 64 than actually watching it on screen. That's the truth. But like I said, you got more of a Star Wars feel in the prequels. You got more of a Star Wars universe, Yoda, the Jedi Temple, and see how things ran back in the day before shit fell apart, before the Senate fell apart, the galactic government fell apart, before the rebels. Okay, and like I said before, most of the lore comes from the prequels. So for any Star Wars fan out there to talk shit about the prequels, you're a fucking hypocrite and you're stupid. And now this is what you fucking did to us as a group. We got episode 8 as a smack in the fucking face. Because George Lucas had an idea of making Star Wars better. You don't believe me? In episode 4, 5, and 6, Yoda was this fucking little green puppet thing. Alright? Episode 1, 2, and 3, he used CGI and gave Yoda one of the coolest lightsaber battles ever in galactic history. Right? Shut the fuck up for the people who like 4, 5, and 6. I love 4, 5, and 6. And 6 to me is the best episode. Other than episode 3. You know why? No one expected that fucking plot twist. Nobody expected that brilliance Mozart type of thinking in the movie. Nobody expected that. That shit was epic. Epic. And I'm gonna say this to all the people who hate on the prequels. Usually you're an 80s babies, and usually you're 70s babies. I'm a 90s baby. Usually they just hate on the prequels because A, they thought it was gonna be about Luke, and it wasn't. And B, they hate on it because Anakin got the shine. That's just the truth. That's what we coming down to. Anakin got the shine. Anakin got the Queen Leia. Anakin got Queen Padme. Anakin got the knight in shining armor and he fucking crashes to the ground. Anakin got the shine. Anakin got the CGI effects. Anakin got the space battles. Anakin got the Jedi Council. Anakin got the whole Star Warsy feel around him. That's why motherfuckers hate on the prequels, because they wanted it to be Luke. Well, when you hate on something, you don't get what you deserve in return. Perfect example, episode 7 and 8. We know as Star Wars fans, episode 7 and 8 was supposed to be entirely about Luke. But what the fuck happened? What the fuck happened? You same motherfuckers hating on Jar Jar Binks in the fucking prequels, and I'm gonna say this: Episode 3 is the second best fucking movie. Clone Wars is the third best fucking Star Wars movie. Yes, give credit where credit's fucking due. Because now that we see this fucking trash, Episode 7 with Rey, I'm gonna say this: it was a great lead up to Episode 8 that was supposed to be great. That's all it was. That's all it is. That's all Episode 7 was. It was a great introduction movie to make a great trilogy. But Rian Johnson fucked that up. Okay? And Kathleen Kennedy fucked that up. And I hope they get fired. I hope they get fired. Not now, but right the fuck now. Like, as I'm speaking, I hope they get fired. Okay? Because they're fucking trash. 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 And this guy wants to do the Old Republic? Get the fuck out of here. It's about to be an Old Republic of Jedi that can't fight and don't have no sense and don't even know what they're fighting for. See, George Lucas understood the Jedi can't just be lightsaber ding-dongs with powers. They had to have an understanding of the Force and nature, and they also had to understand that, yes, they have the ability to fucking blow up cities and destroy worlds, but they're using it for peaceful reasons. And politics got involved with that. Okay? So, for you guys to hate on Star Wars and say, fuck the prequels, you guys aren't real Star Wars fans. I don't give a fuck. Now, this is where they fucked up at. And I'm agree with a lot of 70s and 80s babies and a lot of classical guys here. What they should have done was take the idea of the prequels of George Lucas' brilliance with the new TIE fighters, the new X-Wings that they had in episode 3, episode 2, the new Starship Destroyers, the new worlds, new, Coruscant worlds and all that type of shit, the futuristic look. They should have incorporated that in episode 7, and they should have told the whole fucking Luke story about Luke Skywalker. That's where they fucked up at. Fans have been waiting 40 years to see Luke. But fans are jealous of Anakin because Anakin got the shine. But Anakin was one of the, if you read the books, Anakin is the strongest Jedi ever recorded. He has the highest midichlorian count other than Luke ever recorded in the history of the Jedi, going back to the Old Republic. So motherfuckers gonna hate on that nigga. Yeah, okay. But it's Luke's turn. But look what happened to Luke. Look what happened to Luke. Look what happened, you fucking dumbasses. Luke ain't get no shine. And he was supposed to get all the shine. Right? Luke, Han, and Leia was supposed to get the shine from episode 7 to episode 9. Or at least episode 8, because, Carrie Fisher died. Rest in peace, God bless her soul, my love, my queen. But I'm speaking the truth now. I'm speaking the fucking facts. All that CGI effect, the cool technology, even in the Old Republic, y'all know what I'm talking about. The Old Republic has, if you look some of them Cinemax stories, they have all that cool technology. And the only reason that was is because the Empire came around. If you read the books, the Empire was using the Galactic Senate's credits to fund their military resources. So that's why the technology was enforced. That's why you had the rebels, pockets of rebels that couldn't fund their own shit. They had to get Queen Amidala. I mean, not Queen Amidala. They had to get another senator to help them get funding so they could get their shit. That's what the whole fucking that's what the whole Star Wars The Force Unleashed game was about. And that's when the clone guy was used as and the second one was used as he met Leia. They needed funding. Okay? So and if you go by the story, which I'm gonna break down real quick, Luke's married. Luke has a wife and a son, Ben Skywalker. Where the fuck is he at? Jason is Kylo Ren. Anakin Solo, where is he at? And their sister, where's she at? In the new Jedi Temple on Yavin 4. Where's all this at? But no, y'all want to talk. Y'all want to tell the story about Ray, right? Y'all want to tell the story about Ray. This is how they could have incorporated that. Right? This is how they could have incorporated that by following the fucking books. I've already established episode 3 is the second best, if not the best, Star Wars movie. The fight scene, unbelievable. They're fucking fighting on Mustafar, one of the hottest planets in the galactic universe. Get the fuck out of here. The opening battle, ship battle, there has not been a space battle that epic in the beginning. And we didn't even see it. We didn't even get to. We were just following Luke and Obi-Wan. That's all we was doing, was just following Luke and Obi-Wan to get to the Chancellor. Like I said, they should have incorporated a lot of that new shit and the Old Republic shit into the new era. So we, at least if they were going to say this even if they were going to make the story like this, they should have made it when it's like years later. Like Ben Skywalker is dead, and Luke is alive, and Anakin is. They should have incorporated it a different way than what the fuck they did. That's facts. Okay, 1, 2. They definitely should have incorporated it. But this is how they could have done it, according to the books. So yeah, Luke is established on New Jedi Temple on Yavin 4. Han is a senator. Leia is a senator. They reestablished the Republic, and it's not even called the Republic. It's called the Galactic Alliance, and they have the Rebel symbol as the Alliance. It should, if anything, the First Order should have been the Republic in the movie. Honestly, there's been years. The armies of the Republic Alliance is established. Luke has made sure that the new Jedi won't get involved in galactic affairs anymore, but there are some that still do. And then in the midst of all that, Luke is fighting these. If you read the stories of Luke's enemies, the quality of Luke's enemies was up there with like Count Dooku, General Grievous, Darth Malgus, Darth Plagueis. Okay, some of the dudes that Luke was fighting, that the Jedi Council couldn't even fuck with. There was this one story. A dude broke a whole planet with his fists, and Luke's on a Star Destroyer, and there's a battle going on. Beep, 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 beep. There's a fucking battle going on, right? And Luke is in the battle cruiser. He's using his green lightsaber, fighting them off. And he's watching. He's like, he can't believe it, like how the planet blew up. Like, it didn't blow up, but it like cracked. Luke Skywalker is the most powerful Jedi ever. This motherfucker used the Force to wield his lightsaber, to bang out with the people that were coming down on the ship to fight him. And while he's using his Force to use his lightsaber, he uses his Force to mend back the fucking planet and back into 2. Get the fuck out of here. Luke, this story, episode 7, 8, and 9 should have been about Luke, bro. And if they wanted to incorporate Rey, they could have did it in a way better way without shitting on the old characters. And establishing George Lucas' last creation, which was the prequels, which he used to think that he was elevating Star Wars, which he did, and they could have made it into something special. Made billions, trillions. But they didn't, because of a fucking female and her stupid female agenda. This is also proof why you cannot have a female in power who's never even been there. She's never created a franchise that lasted a year. What makes you think she knows how to run a franchise that has lasted for 40 years, going on 50 years? How do you qualify for that? How? How the fuck you qualify for that? That make no sense. She wasn't no little girl. Kathleen Kennedy was no little girl waiting for Star Wars games to come out. waiting for the movies to drop. She wasn't in there. She wasn't with me and you waiting on them Scholastic books to drop. Looking in the EA game magazines, looking at one picture of a Star Wars book or a game supposed to drop. We look at the date, we're like, damn, and we're envisioning how the fuck the game's gonna play, and it literally matches what the fuck we thought, if not exceeded our expectation. She wasn't there. She wasn't doing that. I know them times, brother. I know them times when I started with my fellow Jedi. I know that. I know them times. Rogue One for the Nintendo 64. We waiting. We waiting, bro. I'm waiting with you for the shit to drop. It drops. Boom. We got it. You get what I'm saying? Y'all get what I'm saying? She wasn't there waiting for these games. Waiting for this. So that's... Fuck Kathleen Kennedy. Fuck Ryan Johnson. J.J. Abrams. Listen, bro. You need to get back. Listen, I'm expecting this movie to be nothing less than 3 hours long. I'm talking about the Lord of the Rings trilogy with the extended cut, without the bonus features. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm not playing. If I'm going in this movie theater, and the thing is, I'm going to bootleg it. I'm going to bootleg it. But say this movie's good, right? Which it should be, because they got a lot of telling. I expect this movie to be like 3. If I'm going into the movie theater at 4 o'clock, I expect not to leave till like 8:45. That's how much explaining they have to do. And if they want to incorporate, either Luke teleported somewhere else, or Luke Skywalker better come back on that Gandalf the White shit. I'm not even playing. He's the chosen one. He could do this. Why the fuck can't he? Okay? He's the best Jedi that ever lived. Okay? Luke. But to them fucking crybabies that don't like this is what the fuck y'all get. Talking all that shit about the trilogy. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Talking all that shit about the prequel. Blah, 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 blah. Talking all that shit about the prequels. And the prequels were good. Good as fuck. The prequels were good as fuck. 60% of the lore comes, the books, the magazines, the comic books come from the fucking trilogy, from the prequels. Stupid asses. Finn was supposed to get with Rey. We know that. And even in the book, we know that. Finn was supposed to get with Rey. It was supposed to be the first dual Padawans that Luke ever taught other than his son Ben Skywalker. They were supposed to get married because under the new rules that Luke established, Jedi can love, Jedi can get married. They were supposed to get married and have interracial Jedi kids. That's what the fuck was supposed to happen. Okay? That was what was supposed to happen. He got taken away by the First Order, which really technically should be the fucking Galactic Alliance Republic, if you're going by the original fucking books, because at this time, Lucas established the universe back to back to its wealthy state, back when the old Republic was around. He reestablished that. He got that up there. He established that. That's what the Force is there. The Force is not, it has to be balanced. And he reestablishes that. That's what they should have told. Not this chick Rey popping up out of nowhere, Han dying, Leia living, and Luke dying. Get the fuck out of here. And they copied that scene out of the book and did a half-ass job on it. You know what in that scene in the room when it was Snoke and his guards and Rey and Jason, I will not call him Kylo, and Jason Solo. You know Luke was supposed to come up in there? Right? This was supposed to happen. Luke was supposed to walk up in there, according to the book now. Luke was supposed to walk in there with his son. Right? Ben was supposed to take on Rey, and he was supposed to take on Kylo. Right? And the motherfucker and Snoke was so gifted with the Force, he was supposed to be able to manipulate Rey and Ben to fight Luke. He was supposed to manipulate him, just temporary. And Luke trashes all three of them. And then has Snoke come out of his seat and kick his ass. That was supposed to happen in episode 8. Not fucking this dude. I see your everything. Yeah, you really see, really, Snoke? You see this lightsaber about to go through your fucking abdomen, through your fucking chest? No, clearly he didn't. But, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But this is all because of them fucking fanboys that love the trilogy, that love the prequels when it came out. The reason why I call it a trilogy because I'm a 90s baby. That's my trilogy. Episode 1, 2, and 3. Anakin, baby. CGI was on point, baby. The lore for that, on point, baby. You just hating because Anakin got the shine. When we know episode 9, it's so funny. Episode 9, 10, episode 7, they're so trash, I can't even think. Episode 7, 8, and 9 were supposed to be about Luke. If they're not telling about how he established the Republic, the New Form Republic, after the Republic, and that's when they could have incorporated Rey. Right? What happens? Jason Solo leaves to go to an ancient Sith temple. He unlocks the ancient Sith Lord. The ancient Sith Lord takes over his fucking body. He's so powerful. He's one of the first ancient Sith Lords ever. Right? What fucking happens? The Force needs somebody else to balance it out. That's where Rey is involved. Rey is also involved by getting all the kyber crystals to form a new Jedi Council because what happens? Kylo destroyed the temple. That's why the Force incorporated her and gave birth to her, so she could go around the galaxy, taking crystals from different Jedi temples and different Sith temples and using them for the greater good. That's what the fuck was supposed to happen. With Luke by her side. Okay? With Anakin as a Force ghost. With Obi-Wan as a Force ghost. With Yoda as a Force ghost. With Qui-Gon as a Force ghost. Helping and assisting them. And with that, I'm done. That's my new Star Wars rant because it's the truth. It's in the books. You go. Like I said before, next time I do my video, it's gonna be all lined up. All Star Wars books. So stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned. And may the Force be with you. Fuck Kathleen Kennedy. Fuck Ryan Johnson. Stay the fuck away from my fucking child.